Welcome to the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Felice.
And I'm Andy, and we are coming to you from Key West, Florida.
Yeah, so we're trying something new today. You might, if you're watching this video, you might notice.
This is not your normal.
In case you're only listening to this and you're not seeing us on social media or on YouTube, you will notice that we are in costume today.
Although, well, Felice, tell us, who are you?
Well, I can't say who I am quite yet.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the story. You'll find out when you hear the story who I am. But I'm wearing a dark cape and a hat, if that's a clue.
Ding. Got it.
Okay.
And for me, I just decided, well, first I was like, oh, I like this sort of goth, spooky look. Now I'm going to add some of these lines. And then the narrative I decided on was that I will be a recently bit, but not fully changed, undead vampire.
Nice.
And
Classic
I got to wear
chic. I love that. Classically chic. Stunning.
Thank you.
Stunning. You're stunning. Also, we're trying no headphones today because it didn't work very well with our headgear and our capes and her earrings. So hopefully this goes well. I have to give a little shout out to some people who are our listeners.
Yay.
I got to shout out Chase and Miles in Austin, Texas.
Oh.
So my friend, this is my sister's friend's little boys.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I got a text this past week saying that they were on a road trip and the husband put on our podcast and the kids went bananas and they were singing our Phenomenon song with us.
Oh my goodness.
And the mom didn't even know that they had been listening to our podcast. So hope that's okay.
Hi, Chase and Miles.
Yeah, we just wanted to say, hey, Chase and Miles, thanks for listening.
Oh, that's so sweet. And we're glad you're friends.
Yeah. Yes. So
I love that.
What you got going on?
Let me think. Well, I was just at a party yesterday at a place that I hadn't looked into to see if it's haunted, but I feel like it must be. Little Truman White House, and it's beautiful, but it has a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I felt like there was a vibe. It could have been because it had been storming on and off during the day and night. And the yard where the party was kind of like a mud pit, and that's fine. But while I was there, I was looking around and somebody asked me because there were a few of our listeners there.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, several people came up to me and were like, I'm loving the podcast. I listen all the time.
Yay.
And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And they said, is this place haunted? I said, oh, you know what? I haven't.
I don't know. It's the Truman Little White House. President Truman would come here. This was like one of his residences.
Yeah.
When he was president. Maybe President Truman is haunting it. That'd be pretty cool.
So yeah, maybe I'll do a little research and that'll be a little special
I love that.
Key West add-on.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a lovely event and we're so excited for you, Matt. And we'll miss you, Kirby, and all of the things that go along with that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Do you have anything else you want to add to this?
I don't know. Right now, I'm just really into my like goth look, and I'm wondering how many times I can wear a cape in real life.
Every day, I think. This month, I think every day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We haven't even talked about. This is an exciting month, obviously, for everyone who loves spooky things. But in Key West, it is a very, very exciting month because we have so many opportunities to like dress up, go to a party, go have fun, see a parade. And
it kicks off this coming weekend officially. Yes. But yeah, it kicks off with Goombay, which is a really amazing celebration of
Bahamian. It's like a Bahamian culture
and there's
celebration.
A fantastic parade that once Ryan and I accidentally joined.
Oh, all right. That's exciting.
And lots of food and things like that. Then there's the zombie bike ride, which is one of my favorites.
We have about 10,000 zombies on bicycles for the zombie bike ride.
It's insane. And some people are so absolutely creative with their outfits and build out like big, giant things to put on their bikes. And so I always love going, and we do take the kids and believe it or not, it is a family friendly event. And there are bounce houses and things like that before it officially starts.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah, I'm actually going to miss it this year. Well, I might get in time to kind of catch the end of it, but because I'm going to see the kids at the Florida State University.
Okay.
It's Mom's weekend at Delta Chi fraternity. So can't wait. I'm excited. We have quite the itinerary.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're having like a welcome dinner party, and they're having the next morning a run or walk, then Pilates or yoga, then pickleball tournament, which I've never played pickleball before. So I'm a little nervous.
You better watch your joints there, babe.
I know. Oh, don't worry, because then they have ice bath. I won't be doing ice bath. I'll try pickleball. I'm not doing ice bath.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they're having a yard, like a cookout, not a cookout. Somebody's providing a dinner for us in their yard. And then they're having a mom bar crawl with matching shirts.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
I know. I'm so excited because both of my kids, both of my kids are in the same fraternity. So I'm really excited.
Gosh.
I'm so pumped. It's going to be blessed.
That's so organized.
Shout out to Delta Chi and Florida State. It's going to be a blast. I'll let you know how it goes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. In other news, Penn State's football coach got fired today.
Ruh-roh.
Things went downhill quickly.
Oh, well,
we were on the topic of universities.
Yes. That's not good. That's never good.
No, but we needed to change.
Yeah.
Change is good sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, in case you are just joining us for the first time, we are two ladies who love spooky stuff, creepy stuff, and stuff that gives us the chills.
But don't worry. We respect the forces behind the things that go bump in the night. And we know to keep a safe distance.
Absolutely. We love a good time, though, so you can expect a good amount of giggle as we tell our stories. We hope to bring you stories that make you question what you know, double check that the doors are locked, and wonder what exactly that shadow in the corner may be.
Ooh. Just a heads up, weirdos. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We're here to tell spooky stories, not give professional advice or present hard history. Some topics may be sensitive, so keep that in mind before we begin.
Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. Shall we dive in? Picture this. You wake in the middle of the night. Your eyes snap open, but your body won't move. The room feels heavier, as if the air itself is holding you down. And then you see him, standing in the doorway, impossibly tall, his face hidden in shadow. On his head, a wide-brimmed hat. He doesn't flicker away like a trick of the light. He just stands there, watching, waiting. They call him the Hat Man.
No.
Thus the hat. You got it now?
The Hat Man.
Thank you. And once you know his story, you might never look at a shadow in your bedroom the same way again. The Hat Man isn't your ordinary... Well, first, do you know about the Hat Man? Have you heard any Hat Man stories?
I do, and I have, and I'm really scared already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Hat Man isn't your ordinary ghost story. He's part of a phenomenon that some people call shadow people. Dark, human-shaped figures that appear at the edge of your vision, dart across a hallway, or loom at your bedside. But while most shadow people vanish quickly, the Hat Man is different. He has a look about him.
What is that look?
You'll find out. Witnesses almost always describe him the same way. Tall, cloaked in darkness, faceless or with eyes that glow faintly red. And the hat, always the hat. I took my hat off so we could wear our headphones, just so you all know. It's still here with us.
Always.
Yeah, it's still with us. Sometimes it's a fedora, sometimes a wide-brimmed hat, sometimes even a top hat. Often he's described wearing a trench coat. Unlike other shadow figures, he doesn't run, he lingers. He stands in the doorway. He crouches at the end of the bed. He tilts his head as if studying you. And the fear he inspires isn't just, oh, I saw something spooky. It's dread. It's evil. People say they feel as if he wants something from them, or worse, that he's feeding on their terror.
Ew, I don't know that I've heard like the head tilt really creeps me out.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Ooh.
Now, here's the thing. As scary as the Hat Man sounds, he's not exactly new. Across cultures, people have been reporting something similar for centuries. The names and costumes change, but the experience is universal. Waking in the night, frozen, and feeling or seeing a presence. In Newfoundland, people talk about the Old Hag. She climbs onto your chest while you sleep, leaving you paralyzed and gasping. The phrase hag-ridden comes from this folklore. Hag-ridden means tormented or worried as if by a witch.
Oh.
In Italy, they have the Pandafeche.
Wow, your Italian is
Thank you.
really
Pandafeche. Sometimes appearing as a witch, sometimes as a giant cat that sits on your ribs and steals your breath.
Oh.
In Sardinia, it's the Amuttadori.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. A demonic entity that strangles. Fancy words for really scary stuff.
Yeah, what in the...
In Brazil, there's the Pisadeira, an old crone who stalks those who fall asleep on their backs after dinner. Pisadeira is described as a very thin woman with long and dirty nails on very long and dry fingers.
Oh.
Tangled white hair, red and white eyes, short legs, big hairy nose, greenish teeth, and a large chin turned upwards. Like a witch. I mean, it's like describing a witch.
Well, some of that reminded me of, what's her name? From Ireland.
Oh gosh. The Banshee.
Yes.
The Banshee. Yeah,
some
absolutely.
of that description reminded me of the Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
But that's scary. But also, when you fall asleep on your back after dinner,
something's going to be sitting on your chest. It's acid reflux. As if her figure itself wasn't horrifying enough, she also has a high-pitched, constant laugh. She presses down on her victims' chests until they wake in terror. They all are that, like, you're frozen asleep and something's pushing on your chest.
Pressure.
In Turkey, the Karabasan appears as a shadowy intruder, often tied to jinn, which are supernatural beings in Arabic tradition.
Oh, okay.
The term literally means dark presser. In cultural belief, it's a supernatural spirit that can manifest in human form to torment sleepers. Victims say it strangles them or presses down on their chest.
Wow, there's a lot of commonalities here.
Yeah. Across Asia, you find the same story. In Japanese folklore, sleep paralysis was called Kanashibari, and it was historically attributed to supernatural forces such as possession by spirits, or was thought to be a result of ancient paralysis magic, like someone was doing that to you.
Oh.
And the Korean term for sleep paralysis is Gawi Nulim. It's the phenomenon where a person feels a supernatural entity pressing down on them during sleep. The literal translation means being pressed down by something scary in a dream. It's often associated with the belief that a ghost or spirit is causing the sensation.
Okay.
So it's so interesting worldwide that we have all of these different sleep paralysis entities, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just something scary in your sleep. They all believe that something's causing it.
Right. It's interesting to me, the different descriptions of the entities.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, maybe they come from that culture. You know, like it's something that humans are inviting or causing, but it's shaped by the culture.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So interesting. So when we talk about the Hat Man, we're really talking about one mask in a long line of visitors. Humans everywhere across time and culture have described the same event: awake but paralyzed, unable to breathe, a shadow in the room, a presence pressing them down. But the Hat Man feels different because he isn't just a shape, he's a character, a person, a watcher. This is where the folklore gets interesting. Why a hat? Why a coat?
Yeah.
Folklorists point out that in low light, the outline of a hat is one of the most recognizable human silhouettes. A brim makes the shape deliberate. You're not looking at a blob of shadow, you're looking at someone. And when that someone is dressed, suddenly the shadow isn't just a trick of the brain, it's a figure with an identity.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Here's where science chimes in. Doctors and sleep researchers will tell you this is a textbook case of sleep paralysis. When you dream, your body shuts off your muscles. Otherwise, you'd act out your dreams.
What?
I don't know. Does that sound real to you?
I don't know. That's weird. I'm a sleep talker.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I have been known to sleep talk too. I don't know if I do it so much anymore, but I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Say weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then once in a while, Ryan gets like a punch in the face in the middle of May or may not be. No, just kidding.
Does he deserve it?
I mean, in the dreams, maybe.
If you wake up before your body unlocks, you're conscious but frozen. In that state, dream imagery can bleed into the real world, and suddenly you see what you were just dreaming.
So everybody's just dreaming of Hat Man?
I mean, a lot of people dream about Hat Man.
Oh my gosh.
Scientists say the Hat Man is a type of hallucination they call an intruder experience. Your brain conjures up a figure to explain why you feel frozen and terrified. Stress, trauma, lack of sleep, certain medications, all of these make it more likely. And the Hat Man phenomenon is also very common with sleep aid medications. Like when people take Benadryl or they take Ambien or something like that, it's common when people take those.
So like an altered sleep experience?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds simple enough, right? Except here's the problem. Why do so many people across different cultures, languages, and eras describe the same figure? The hat, the coat, the stare. That's the part that science doesn't fully explain. In the early 2000s, late night radio became the Hat Man stage. People called into Coast to Coast AM describing shadow figures in their bedrooms. Paranormal author Heidi Hollis wrote books naming the Hat Man, and suddenly this figure wasn't just folklore, he had branding. So I don't know if people started hearing about Hat Man and then they started experiencing it, or vice versa. You know, it could be
well, maybe they just had a name for their experience now.
You know, could be, yeah.
Heidi, I hope you TM that trademark.
Yeah. Go Heidi. By 2015, Rodney Asher's documentary, The Nightmare, showed reenactments of shadow people and hat figures bringing the terror to screen. And in horror fiction, the Hat Man silhouette shows up again and again. The Babadook, Slender Man, and characters with coats and hats that echo the same outline.
Okay.
Today, TikTok and Reddit are filled with people swearing they've seen him. Videos with millions of views. Last night, the Hat Man came for me. Drawings, whispered confessions, even memes. He's gone from sleep paralysis figure to global urban legend.
Ooh.
So famous.
Hat Man, you're really going viral.
Yes. So I have a couple of real Hat Man stories from our very own TikTok.
Ooh, okay.
So these stories come from a discussion about the Hat Man. So people are commenting. At Yukio says, sleep paralysis makes you not able to move or look away, and that's where some people see him. But I saw him when I woke up when I was five. I was an innocent kid and had never seen or been told of anything scary, so I had no reason to hallucinate out of fear. I woke up in my room in pure darkness. I looked to my left and saw a tall shadow man with a hat staring at me. He had his head tilted down looking at me. He didn't fit because the ceiling was small, but he was darker than the darkness. I don't know how to explain it, but I scooched off the bed because I was in the corner of the room and I stared back at him. As I was trying to get to the door, I looked away and he was still there.
Oh, I have chills.
My mom even remembers me saying that I saw a tall shadow man staring at me, so I know it wasn't a dream. Nor was it a hallucination because even when I looked away, he never disappeared. Only when the light went on, when I opened the door, did he go away.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's spooky.
Yeah. At Emily Rose said, wild. As a child, I saw the Hat Man out of the corner of my eye in corners of my house. As a kid, I was definitely convinced he was the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Which is funny because the hat I was wearing was an Abraham Lincoln hat earlier today.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. Emily Rose said, this is the first time I'm hearing of anyone else seeing him. So she didn't come here looking for a Hat Man discussion. She just had seen this thing and didn't know what it was until she read these other comments.
Oh,
Isn't
my
that
gosh.
Crazy?
But how validating, right?
Yeah. The internet is a wild place.
It sure is.
At Moon said, I think that's probably what I saw as a child. I was playing a computer game and felt like someone was watching me. I turned around and there was a shadow man with a hat and trench coat. I went to tell my mom there was someone in the house, and when she searched, there were no signs of him, but she saw I was clearly in distress.
Oh, but she was awake.
Mm-hmm. She was awake.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last one is at Julia W. I thought I was just having a postpartum nightmare with my second baby. I saw the Hat Man standing in my room. I couldn't move. My daughter told us the next day there was a man with a hat staring at her in the corner of her room. Lost my marbles, I tell ya.
Oh,
That's what she said.
my gosh.
It's crazy when, like in the other story, more than one person in the house sees it, right?
Right. Oh my gosh.
Okay, are you ready for this? Get
I don't
ready.
know. Am I?
Okay, are you ready to look at the screen? Someone sent in a photo. Do you see?
Oh my gosh, I do see him.
Can you tell our listeners what you're seeing?
Um,
The caption says, "This picture I took of the Hat Man. Thought he was just my sleep paralysis demon, but apparently he's in the physical realm as well."
So there's a staircase and there's a dark shadow in the corner, and you can clearly see, to me, it's not quite a top hat. It's like, I don't know if it's a bowler hat.
It's like goes up a little bit.
Yeah. But you can clearly see the hat and like the face, the shoulders. Oh, that's spooky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is outside too.
Yeah. It looks like an apartment stairwell or something like that. Whoa.
Creepy. All right. So are you ready for this? I actually have a personal Hat Man paranormal activity story.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh God, please. I'm so scared. Okay.
So this actually happened to my family, and I have struggled about whether to share it or not because it's really personal. But about 15 years ago, okay, I also have to say that before this happened to me, I didn't really believe in paranormal stuff. I was not.
This was your creation story?
Yes. This was my origin story.
Origin story,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, about 15 years ago, my family was living in Jacksonville, Florida. My younger son was about 4 or 5 years old. One night, I went to tuck him in for bed. When I got to his room, he was hiding under the covers. I asked him what was wrong. My heart is beating so fast right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I asked him what was wrong, and he told me that he didn't like it when the brothers came through the walls into his room at night. I really didn't know what to think about this, so I just tried to comfort him. I told him that no one would come into his room. I really didn't have any experience in this area, so I was like, "You're good. Everything's okay, buddy. You're fine." I remember going downstairs and telling my husband and my sister, who was visiting us at the time, what he said, and we all kind of got a little creeped out when we had a little laugh about it. We didn't take it seriously at all.
Right. What else are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like, ooh, that's spooky.
You look around, you're like, everything's good.
Yeah. I didn't see anything. I looked in his room for him and didn't see anything. A few nights later, I woke up, and at the foot of the bed, I saw a huge shadowy figure wearing a fedora hat. It was unmistakable. I was frozen in terror.
Oh my gosh.
I remember trying to wake my husband up, but he wouldn't wake up. I started praying, and the figure disappeared. Somehow I went back to sleep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I think in these sort of sleep paralysis things, it's like you're already kind of asleep and kind of awake anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it did dissipate. I can remember that so vividly, that it was there, and then it was it went away.
It faded?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next night, as I was putting my son to bed, I decided to ask him more about what he saw. I said, "Hey, buddy, remember what you were telling me about the brothers coming through your wall?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Can you tell me more about that? What do they look like?" And he said, "I don't really know, except one of them wears a hat."
That part, I cannot.
My heart stopped. I tucked him in and immediately went down and told my husband. He still really didn't think much about it. He hadn't even heard from our son. This is all just coming through me.
Right.
He hadn't felt or experienced anything at all. But a few nights later, that changed. My husband woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of children laughing. He got up and went to our kids' rooms to check on them. They were both sleeping soundly.
Oh.
He thought that was strange, but he just came back to bed.
Oh, no, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Right as he lay down and started drifting back to sleep, he heard a child's voice at the end of the bed say, "Peekaboo."
Oh, chills.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 guinea pigs as pets, and their cage was right outside of our door on the land. There was a landing outside of our bedroom. And right when he heard the voice say "peekaboo," the guinea pig started screaming.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. The crazy thing is that he tried to wake me up, but he couldn't get me to wake up.
What is that?
I don't know. Isn't that so weird?
It's so unsettling.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we were both so exhausted from being in that phase of life with little kids. You know how it is, right?
Yeah,
You're in the thick of it right now. Or if there was something that was preventing us from waking each other. And I tend to feel like that's what it was.
Yeah,
Like,
which is so scary because that's such a like isolating
yes,
event, right?
exactly. Yeah.
And you always want to think that there's going to be somebody who will be able to offer you aid, right?
Mm-hmm. Who will help you. Also, like your bedroom is such an intimate place.
Right.
And like it should be your safe space. And to feel like there's something there that shouldn't be there is really, really scary.
I have full body chills. This is so scary.
So after all of this, we're both extremely freaked out. And we're on the same page at this point.
No, really?
So during this time, I was taking college classes. And one afternoon, my husband had taken the kids somewhere so that I could have some time alone to write a paper. And it was afternoon. It was daytime.
Alone with Hatman?
Yep. So I'm just working alone in the house, typing my paper. And I had some music playing. And the vibes were good. Until I heard 3 loud bangs on an interior wall. And the noise was so loud that I immediately ran outside, no shoes, to my neighbor's house. And I just kind of barged in and I was like, somebody's in my house. You got to come check my house out. There were 2 families there like hanging out together on the weekend. And so the 2 husbands came and they looked all through the house and nobody was there.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
And the 3 knocks is unsettling to me because there's so many negative and dark connotations or like associations with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very scary. One funny thing is that the guys did get a good scare out of a flight suit that was hanging in the closet. My friend, he was like talking to me about this story a few weeks ago and he was like, make sure you include that, So there you go, Scott. So when I was talking to this guy, I was talking to him and his wife on speakerphone a few weeks ago, and he reminded me just how terrified I was when I ran over. Cause I think, like it's been a long time since this happened. And so like, I can still remember the events, but you know how like, you can't really remember, you can't feel that emotion like you did
right
in that moment. And he was like, you were terrified when you ran over here.
Wow.
And so anyway, from this moment on, the energy in the house felt very heavy and it felt scary and it felt dark. And it was like, I could feel it when I walked in the house, when I was like going up the stairs, it just felt spooky.
Wow.
Just not good.
Did your kids feel it too?
So the little one was definitely feeling it.
Right.
Or not all the time. Like he wasn't bothered all the time, but like at bedtime, he would get scared, The other one, not at all.
Shocking.
Zero. He did not. He never knew a single thing was happening. So the final tipping point came one night, again at bedtime. I went to tuck my son in and he was hiding under the covers.
Oh,
I know. I was like, what's wrong, buddy? Tell me. And he just shook his little head and whispered, I can't tell you in here. And he pointed to the closet. I asked him if he could tell me in my room and he nodded. So I went in my room and brought him in there and he told me that he couldn't sleep in that room because there was a scary clown in the closet and he would come out when I left the room.
Oh no, there's clowns.
Yep.
That's also terrifying.
Yeah, that was it for me. He was very little, he had never, ever been exposed to anything scary or creepy.
Right.
Like he didn't know clowns could be scary or he didn't know anything about ghosts or creepy stuff,
Right.
So I got my other son, even though he didn't notice anything was happening, even though the brothers were coming straight through his wall.
They're like, this one, forget it.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to us. And we camped out together in our room that night. And so the next day I called my friend who was a pastor's wife. And I remember when we were younger that she would tell me things about the spiritual realm and angels and demons. And to be honest, I didn't believe it, any of that. I brushed it off. I was like, okay, that seems a little
okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with that, But it immediately popped into my head when all this was happening. And I was like, I don't know who else to call that would not think I'm a weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at this point, I couldn't deny that something was happening in the house and that thing was trying to scare us. So I knew it was not this wasn't just like a little playful thing. You know, I knew it was kind of something sinister.
Oh,
And
so
so
scary.
I told her, hey, this is going to sound crazy, but I need help. Something's at my house. And she was like, you're not crazy at all. She was like, that's not weird.
You're like, thank goodness.
Yeah. So she asked me some questions. And one of the questions was, have either of you traveled anywhere recently? And it's funny because I didn't make this connection before she asked that, but my husband had just returned from a Coast Guard mission after a huge earthquake in Haiti. Like he had just gotten back maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks before that. The devastation there was immense and overwhelming. And my husband and the rest of the crew were heavily impacted by what they saw there. And of course, many Haitian people lost their lives. It was horrific what happened there. So when I told my friend this, she just told me that something might have latched onto him and come into our home. So it could have been some kind of dark energy. It could have been an actual dark entity. I mean, it's very well known that they practice a lot of voodoo, and I don't want to make any judgments about any of that kind of stuff, but like sort of those kind of practices, or just all of these people were in major devastation over there. And so some kind of something could have just like come back with him.
I think when there is a great tragedy that's happened somewhere, there tends to be that heavy, dark energy present anyway, right? Like there's a significant loss of life suddenly. That's got to leave a mark.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Upheaval.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. She just told me to pray over the house and tell whatever it was that it needed to leave. And she recommended some Bible passages to read, like some specific Psalms. And I did exactly what she suggested, word for word. I was like, Roger that, got it. And so I did. I walked through the house. I was reading the Bible. I was, like praying over the house and telling this thing that it didn't belong there. It needed to leave. And it was like a dark cloud lifted.
How did you feel when you were doing that?
I felt like scared, but also like I had some kind of power that I didn't have before. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I got a chill when you said that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a little bit of confidence that maybe there was a solution, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
It was crazy. So it felt like something had been sitting on my chest and then it lifted, so it really kind of goes back to that origin of the Hat Man and all of these other sort of spirits,
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is that after we moved, we kept the house for a while and rented it out. And the next two families asked us if we had ever experienced anything in that house.
Oh.
So it's like, it left us alone, but I don't know that it left.
It stayed there waiting.
Yeah.
I've heard that sometimes when there's like a negative entity or something like that, they need negative energy. Like they feed the negative energy, right? And they feed on negative energy.
Right.
So
and fear.
Right. And so if you took that away, then, like they couldn't kind of touch you. But I'm wondering if those people brought any, negative experiences or vibes or this or that,
well, I'll tell you, the next family did. They were a little bit of a mess.
Okay. So they did. So are you sure you weren't like, hey, Hat Man, go get him?
No, I would never. But also, like maybe it couldn't mess with us. But when a new family came in, it was like, hey, I got something scary for you,
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah. It was very scary. It was actually, this was not fun and games like, like turn on this funny little light, ghost. It was not like that. It was terrifying.
That's really, really scary.
And I don't know what they were experiencing, but something had to be happening for them to ask us about it. And of course we told them,
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have to be honest about that stuff. If someone asks you,
you're like, actually, we saw a Hat Man and then I did this really special praying around and it helped. You should try it.
You should try it. Yep. So what do you think? Was it Hat Man? Or do you think it was something else?
Heck yeah, it was Hat Man.
Or it could have been, maybe it's something else. And it's just masquerading or manifesting as this.
I feel like, though,
thing.
The things that you experienced are so in keeping with other people's experiences, right? So I don't know what Hat Man is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it sure seems like you met him.
Yeah. Well, and I met him and my son met him.
Right.
You know, like those other stories,
Yeah.
we saw the same thing.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's really creepy. Also, thank you for sharing that. I know that that's deeply personal.
Yeah.
And I know that was a hard tell.
Yeah. That was spooky.
And it's emotional
Yeah.
and reliving it and stuff. And I just want you to know, like, I really appreciate you doing that.
Don't make me cry. Take eyelashes off.
No, but I really do think that took a lot. And I just want you to know that it is seen and recognized, and we appreciate you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I wanted to ask you, so we talked about how my older son didn't experience any, like, both of my kids, like, are you surprised at that at all?
Not at all. So just a quick overview. Felice's older son is like life of the party. He's going to run something big in his life. And I'm crying here too. Sorry. We do this often.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's just one of those people, larger than life personality.
Straight shooter.
Yeah. He gets a job, he gets done, but he also doesn't worry about other people or what they...
Yeah, like what they're thinking about him. He just does his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your younger son is like so sweet and kind and mellow until he's pushed too far.
Yes.
but overall he's just very chill.
Yeah.
And
I
feel like more sensitive.
Yeah,
things
for
like
sure.
That.
Yeah.
So
it's not surprising.
Yeah.
The older one is like sleeping through the whole thing.
Will could have saw him and been like, go away, man.
Oh yeah. If he saw it, he probably would have told it to go away. He's trying to sleep.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Crazy. So who or what is the Hat Man? A brain glitch dressed up in cultural costumes? A universal nightmare archetype that's haunted humanity since the beginning? Or is he something more? Maybe he's always been here, just wearing different masks in different cultures. The Old Hag, the Pisadeira, the Gawi Nulim. Now in our time, he's chosen the hat and coat. All I know is this. The next time you wake up in the night and feel like you're not alone, take a second look at the shadows in the corner. And if one of them tips its hat, you may already be too late.
No, that's so freaking
so spooky,
scary.
Right? It's so scary.
Did you find any sort of thoughts about what it was? Like, is it demonic? Is it just dark, ancient energy? Is it like, what is it?
I actually didn't find anything saying Hat Man is demonic.
Okay.
So I kind of was expecting to be honest,
Right.
Sort of from my experience, that's kind of what I thought that it was. I don't know anything about that stuff, but some people think that it's just a watcher. Like it's not that it's a neutral thing, even though it's scary. But a lot of the commenting that I see, like on TikTok or on Reddit was that it's not a positive or negative thing, that it's just like a watcher.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think it's like a nice thing. It's nothing that's really scary is a positive thing, in my opinion. It's
interesting to me too, the response to the religious, like your psalms and your blessings and things like that. Because you did that, you immediately felt lighter in the space, but also you didn't have any more experiences. So I feel like that speaks to, I don't know what, but like a response to the light.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that if the light is what scares it away, then it's probably darkness. That would be my intuition.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that seems...
It's not like a funny joke. Right. I don't like to joke about that kind of stuff. Like it was a really kind of serious thing. I take that kind of stuff pretty seriously,
That's really, really scary. I wish you could ask your old tenants what they experienced. You're like, just so you know, been a while. Now I have a podcast. Just wondering.
All right.
Super scary.
Yes.
Well,
you ready to change some gears?
Okay, let's switch gears here a little bit, and let's move on to our Somebody Told Me. This is from our friend Marissa.
Yes.
That we mentioned in one of our other episodes.
Yes.
And so as many people that we interact with say, oh, I have a story, I'm going to send it to you. Oh, I have a story, like I have to send it, blah, blah. Well, Marissa finally did.
Thank you, Marissa.
So here, and she emailed it to us. So here it is.
And we're funny when we get the emails, usually I'll like see that it's something and then I just like mark as unread. I don't read it. So I haven't actually I saw that it was from Marissa, but I haven't read this.
And then I hurry up and snatched it and put it in the folder.
Yes.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Felice. Long-time listener, first-time writer, big fan. Thanks, Marissa. My stories come from my mom and her childhood home. In 1960, her parents spent $24,000 and built a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with a basement family home.
Those were the days, man.
Right? The glory days. My mom, Renee, grew up in Millersville, Maryland, with her older sister, Polly, and older brother, Butch, along with her mom and dad.
Oh, Polly and Butch.
Isn't that so cute?
I love that.
Polly's such a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Story number 1. She and her sister, Polly, were little girls. They hadn't been in the new house very long. She thinks she was 5 or 6, and the sister, Polly, was 7. She and Polly were in the living room. Her parents and brother were outside. The TV was on, and they were playing. They both looked up in the doorway that led to the hallway, and there was a hand in the doorway, and it appeared to be wearing a black glove. It was just dangling there. No strings or arms attached.
Oh my gosh.
They got spooked and ran outside the front door. No.
I'll say.
They assumed it was their brother playing a trick on them, but couldn't have been since he was outside. Their parents believed them, but it remains a mystery.
The case of the dangling glove.
The glove, just the floating glove. Like,
oh my gosh.
She had mentioned this story to me once a long time ago, and she was like, there was some story about a floating glove. And I was like, what?
Oh my god.
And so I'm glad that I finally got the details of it.
That's pretty creepy.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
To me, I'm wondering if, they always say it takes a lot of energy for a spirit to manifest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if that's all they have? Just like this hand.
It's all I got in me.
And you're like, Butch. Come on. The hand.
Aw.
But anyway, yeah,
Ooh,
it's interesting. Okay. Ever since that incident, my mom was always scared of the house. Cue the next creepy story. Before they got central air, they spent a lot of time in the basement in the summer months where it was cooler. Her dad drove a taxi and would get home around midnight. My mom, Renee, was maybe 8 or 9. My mom, and her siblings were all in the basement watching Johnny Carson or the late night show, and they heard their dad open the back door and walk across the kitchen floor to the stairs that went down to the basement. They waited for him to come down the steps, but he didn't. When they went upstairs to look for him, it was empty and dark. When he finally got home, they asked him if he had been home, and he said no. All 4 of them heard it, but no one was there.
Oh, no way. Oh, gosh.
Then, and I'm like, intruder? Or,
right.
I don't know, scary human or scary ghost?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then there was the time they left the dog inside a locked house to go run errands, and while they were out, it stormed. When they came home, the dog was outside, and there was 0 evidence on how he could have escaped. Lastly, and not ghostly, so take it or leave it, but this house was definitely holding some bad juju. My mom stayed home sick from school one day. She was about 9 or 10 years old. She was alone. Their house was off a country road, a very secluded area. You had to go down quite a long wooded driveway to get to the house. She remembers a man who she saw drive down the driveway and started jiggling all the door handles trying to find a way in.
Ooh.
When he knocked on the back door, my mom ran to the front door so she could escape if he made his way in. My mom, in her deepest voice, remember she's 9 or 10, says, "What do you want?" What do you want?
Aww.
The man stumbled and replied that he was looking for his hunting dog. She replied again in her deepest voice, "Well, he's not in here."
Aww.
He takes off, and my mom calls her mom home from work, terrified. Fun fact, yes, Marissa.
Is it about the Civil War?
I don't know. Let's find out. My mom was randomly in the area just last week and decided to pop into her old house down that long secluded road. A very daring move to make these days, if I say so myself. Luckily, she was greeted by some lovely new owners who had completely renovated the house. They became quick friends, and my mom brought her sister Polly back a few days later to meet the owners and reminisce about what it used to be like.
Aww.
Dare I ask if they shared the spooky stories too? I love what you ladies are doing.
Aww.
Thanks for keeping it real. Keep bringing the stories and the laughs. They're my fave thing to listen to when I'm painting, doing yard work, or taking neighborhood strolls. A killer mix-up from the daily depressing news or the parenting podcasts that are on my normal rotation.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thanks for creeping it real. Cute.
That's sweet.
Yes.
Thanks for sending that in, Marissa. The glove is just, I'm going to keep thinking about that glove.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
It is fun. It's like, I mean, it was probably really scary in the moment, but it feels like a little comical just thinking about it now, you know?
It seems like something you would see in like a old Disney ghosty thing, you know?
Like the little dancing skeletons.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. Have you checked out our website, you2scareme.com? You can find blog posts about our episodes, cool photos of us, and links to buy our spooky gear.
Listeners, like what you hear? Help us reach more ears by sharing the show with your fellow weirdos. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos.
And check out our costumes.
Yes.
You can also help us by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't forget to check out our social media. Find us on Instagram at you2scareme_podcast or on our Facebook page, You2Scare Me. You can even follow us on TikTok. Just search You2Scare Me podcast, no spaces.
Remember to send us your own spooky stories for our Somebody Told Me segment at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scaremepodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.